Hey, Oilers fans, it's Zach here alongside another addition to our team this year, Matt Lane. Matt, first year here in Tulsa. Certainly not your first year playing hockey professionally, but maybe we'll wind the clock back a little bit. Go to youth hockey for you. Who is it that got you into the game originally, and what was your youth hockey experience like?
I would say that it was my older brother. I got a brother 2 years older than me. We grew up playing in Rochester, probably from 5 until our mid-teens. So yeah, most of my hockey up in Rochester, New York, and then until I started moving around for the whole hockey circuit. Lived in Canada for a year, Ann Arbor for 2 years in Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
and then went to college in Boston at Boston University.
And
So.
what was your experience like at the program at the NTDP?
It was awesome. I really enjoyed my 2 years. We had a great team. We won gold at the U18 World Championships. Did really well in the USHL. So I really enjoyed my time there. It's a beautiful city. We had a lot of success as a team, got to play with a lot of good players, and really developed my game.
And when you began playing and were getting a little bit older, right, there's kind of two main routes guys can take, either the college route or, they can play major juniors. And those are, other than a few cases, those are really your two options. What steered you toward, the college route, and what made you pick Boston University?
I always found myself to be a decent student, so I kind of wanted to, parlay hockey into, both those paths of life. So I felt that, if hockey could be a gateway for me to also get my degree, that was definitely a plus on both ends. I really took my time. I visited a lot of schools, and I kind of knew I wanted to be somewhere in the Boston area. And then when BU offered me senior year, I did an official visit there, and the place was beautiful. I fell in love with it. It was too hard to say no or choose anywhere else, really.
And what is it that you studied when you were at BU?
I got a business degree in finance.
And so is finance, when all things are said and done with hockey, is that what you would kind of want to go into? Or are you one of those guys that kind of has the degree and maybe want to get into the coaching side of things?
I don't know yet. I definitely see myself doing some sort of combination, being in hockey, maybe, entering the workforce. I haven't really made that decision yet, I guess. That'll be the number one big question when I do say it's all said and done. But it was definitely, when you're there and you have the exposure or the resources to get a degree like that, I felt that I kind of wanted to make the most of it. And at the time, that's what I was most interested in, and I still am. And I guess we'll see what the next chapter will be.
You mentioned a few of the places that you played in the past. And last year you went overseas, played in Italy. What was that experience like, and what led you to not just playing overseas, but picking Italy to play?
That experience was awesome. Italy was one of a few options I had. I just kind of, for whatever reason, wanted to be in, Central Europe area. And the area that I was in is way up north Italy. And it's a very beautiful part of the world. I think it's very underrated or not a lot of people know about it. But definitely no complaints there. I really enjoyed my time. I had a great season. I traveled a ton. It was a great experience, to say the least.
What were some of the favorite places that you got to go travel when you were over there?
Munich for Oktoberfest was a good one. I went to Florence for a couple of days, and I went down to the Amalfi Coast for a few nights as well during one of the international breaks down there. So, those three probably up there. So I got to see a lot of different cities in Italy, and then as well as some of the surrounding countries.
We've talked a lot about hockey so far. What is it that you like to do away from the rink to wind down? And then what's maybe changed this year with you guys being in the bubble? And have you picked up any new skills, or kind of just found yourself doing something a little bit more than you had before?
No new things really. Read a little bit, and like you said, a lot of hanging out at the apartments. First couple of weeks just getting things set up. So I think that occupied some time. But in general, outside the rink, I still like to stay busy. I'm a big golfer, so that's definitely my number one hobby.